Hi guys, it's Elaine here, the Animal Reiki lady, coming to you on a chilly but beautiful morning here in Colorado. And wherever you happen to be in the world, I hope you are having an amazing day or had an amazing day. Now you're having an amazing evening. So yeah, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you happen to be in the world. So we're just going to give this a second before the message goes out that we're live. It takes a minute or two, so for those of you catching this on the replay, you just give me like a minute or two. I like to ramble just a smidge till the notice goes out and everybody starts to jump on. And good morning, it's good to see you guys, or good evening. It's great to see you. Thanks for joining me. Okay, so it has been a pretty powerful morning here. What I do every morning is non-negotiable for me. I now meditate every morning, and I know the word meditation kind of like gets under people's skin a little bit. It's different for everybody. My meditation actually comes from a place of focused meditation as well as working out. Workouts for me are an incredible form of meditation. It really gets me into the flow and gets me into the zone. And the idea is once they start, they keep on flowing. So today, and good morning, it's great to see you joining me. Hey, you guys who are jumping on, and even if you're catching this on the replay, just put a little comment in. I saw a quick picture there, but now I can't see who it was. Put a little comment in. Let me know that you're where you're watching from or what's going on with you, or just say hi, because I always like to say hi back. Anyhow, so this morning, as I'm in my workout, the thoughts are flowing like crazy. So I did make myself a couple of pages of notes so that I wouldn't forget any of the really cool things that I wanted to share with you. And the topic is about empathy. And those of you, I asked the question, are you an animal empath? Those of you who are drawn to Animal Reiki, so animal empaths are actually drawn to Animal Reiki like a moth to a flame. And I am coming from you, that's me, stand up loud and clear, me, myself, and I, Animal Empath, and that's how I started on this journey. And it wasn't necessarily a positive thing to begin with, because I want to tell you, and why lately I have been feeling for the month of January, it's been pretty much for the month of January, a little bit in December too, I have to admit. I've been feeling weary and tired and drained and blah, and not having the same level of energy that I always have. I've really gone deep inside. And I realized that when I do that, and I'm sharing this for you too, so if you've been feeling that weariness, that just a lack of focus, it's about us squashing our gifts. We have gone inside because sometimes it gets too powerful. I should have grabbed the tissue. I have one. It's going to make me cry a little bit. Sometimes it becomes overwhelming what we feel as empaths, and we have to go inside. We have to like shut everything down. But when we do that, we're actually turning off our gift, and that's what I want to share with you. So animal empath, what is that? Think about this. If you if you go to a shelter, people who can't go into a zoo because it hurts them to see the animals caged. Look at this, all the emotion bubbling up. People who can't go into a shelter because the thought of the life that the animals lived prior to having to be sheltered and then having to live in a shelter, we feel their pain. We feel deeply their anxiety, their stress. We take on their emotions and their illness, and it causes us to feel them deeper than the average Joe, right? We feel it. We actually take on and embody those emotions that we are feeling from those animals, and it's painful. So when we see those commercials, like a commercial on TV for those, the SPCA or whatever it is, where they pull on your heartstrings by showing you the horrible conditions that animals are living in. And we don't just cry, we hurt. Animal empaths really, really hurt when we see those things. And that's why it makes it hard to go to the zoo. It's why it makes it hard to go to the shelter, which I do now regularly, which has become a beautiful practice for me. And even going to the zoo, now that I've learned Animal Reiki, because what the animals do, they teach us to embrace it as our superpower. So as empaths, we need them to heal so that we can heal. That's what it comes down to. When we begin to feel those emotions so strongly, we just want them to be healed so that we can feel better, so that we don't have to take those emotions on as strongly. But here's the thing. what animals can do is show us how to transcend that. They can show us how to, what's the word I want to use? They teach us how to harness empathy through compassion. There you go. They teach us how to harness our gift. That empathy is a gift. It's not a curse. I know some of us think that it's too much. It's not when we learn how to harness it, and animals teach us how to do that. Some of my greatest teachers have been wildlife. They teach us how to translate or turn that energy, transmute, transcend. Can't think of what it is. Hang on, someone's trying to text me. Go away. They help us turn that sensitivity into something useful, turn it into a tool by using compassion. And we teach this as the main core of Animal Reiki. In fact, the fifth precept, when we talk about the principles of Reiki itself, traditional Reiki, the fifth one is to be compassionate to others. What we have learned through Animal Reiki is that we are compassionate and kind to ourselves first and then to others. Because we cannot be compassionate, we cannot show compassion to another living thing until we first are compassionate to ourselves. So animals teach us how to relax. They teach us how to quiet our mind. And that doesn't mean turn off our thoughts. They teach us how to put a pause on all the input. So all the things coming at us day in and day out, they teach us how to take a pause from that. And when we pause, P-A-W-S, when we learn how to make those types of connections, the empathy then becomes a useful tool. That's the best way that I can explain it. So you are, I heard this term this morning, you are a sixth sensory being. And when you squash the empathy, you are turning off your sixth sense instead of leaning into it and growing it and building it and turning it into a true superpower that not only helps heal animals, but helps heal you. Wow, I have to write that down because I don't know that I can ever rephrase that exactly the same way again. So hang on, because I got to circle a couple of words here. Superpower. Harness our empathy. Okay. So sorry, I don't want to forget that because that was so divinely inspired. So that's why you're drawn to Animal Reiki. That's why you're drawn to this page and to these videos. I get people all the time after these videos that say, I just love to hear you talk. That's one of the reasons. It's because I let the animals speak through me, and they want to show us how to transcend the suffering. They want to show us how to step away from the idea of suffering. Here's the other reason this came up. So I live in Colorado, and it was about 3 weeks ago. Oh, wow, has it already been 3 weeks? That we had a flash fire come through the town, come through the Boulder area, and it was completely unexpected. It was one and done. It was like the fire started in the morning. It was over by nighttime, but it's still not over. And the people, someone keeps trying to text me. People reached out to me, and maybe this is one of the reasons why I went so quiet and why I was feeling so drained myself, was because people reached out to me every single day. I had people reaching out to me wanting to know how they could help all the animals that were injured, left homeless, that were suffering from the fire. So imagine that the fire moved in so quickly, and there's a reason I'm sharing this, so kind of dwell with this energy for a moment. The fire moved in so quickly that people were, if they were at work, they were not allowed home. If they were at home, they were forced to evacuate and flee immediately, like the fires hit like that. And 1,000 homes burned down within 6 hours. It was a crazy, crazy, crazy thing. And there were, that area around Boulder, there's a lot of livestock, there's a lot of farms, there's a lot of horses and sheep and cattle. All of those animals were let loose so that they hopefully could survive. And so I had people reaching out to me every single day, all the time, asking me, how do we help them? Where do I go? I want to give my gifts. I want to share my talents. And that personally drained me because it created an energy. You can hear it in my voice. It created this frenetic energy and this focus on suffering as opposed to focusing on wellness. And one of the things that the animals teach us, well, I'm going all over the place with this, but here goes. Animals are empaths as well, but they are skilled empaths. And When animals recognize a danger to their life, like they experienced with the fire, they know what to do, they know where to go, even if that means transitioning. So number one, I want people to be eased when there are situations that cause our animals to be in dire circumstances. We can use Animal Reiki number one to create an energetic space that is one of peace and calm and flow. And we can use the emotions that we feel, we can harness them, we can target it into compassion, and we can focus our heart space on building that compassion and just letting that compassion flow, and it begins to heal everyone. It heals us when we feel that sense of suffering. It heals the animals. It heals the humans whose lives are with those who have animal companions who are being impacted. And so when we learn Animal Reiki, it's why I was drawn so much. When I learned Animal Reiki, I started with level 1 because I thought that I wanted to work with pets. I took it all the way to the nth degree. I wanted to become an Animal Reiki teacher, master teacher. Not that I master anything, it's just that I continue to master the concepts and the feelings and the methods that we use that really help us make an impact on our lives and the lives of every single animal we work with. And when we can help one animal, we help all animals. And when one animal can help us, it helps everyone. Hang on a second. You're going to come with me for a minute because I am dog sitting the handsome Cosmo. I got to show off Cosmo. Hang on. This is Cosmo. And we're dog sitting Cosmo for the next couple days, and he really wants to go outside and play. Come here, buddy. You can go outside. Out you go. Go ahead. Come on. Thanks for bearing with me, guys. That's what we get with live video, but that's all good. And he reminds me too, Cosmo is so grounded. That's the other thing that our animals can help us with. I got to set you guys down on the table. Sorry if I made you dizzy. Animals can help us ground. And what is grounding? Grounding is simply coming back to our center. And instead of letting that frenetic energy take hold of us, instead of giving into that weariness, the tiredness, the suffering, letting it beat us down, instead we let it raise us up. And when we do that, when we shift the energy, it shifts for everybody. Okay, so that's what I wanted to share with you. If you are an animal empath, and if you're watching this video, it's likely that you are, you can take that empathy, you can take that, it's more than empathy, you can take that intense sensitivity, harness it with compassion, and turn it into something useful that can change your life and the lives of the animals that you work with. And if you want to learn how to do that, I'm happy to share that with you. Because it's what I do now. It's why I took this to as far as I possibly could, and why my whole life now is not just working with animals, but helping others to step into their talents and gifts as well. All right, you guys, wherever you are in the world today, have an amazing one. Do I want to close this with a meditation for you guys? I do. Let's do this with a meditation. So it's going to be a brief one. If you are watching this live and you happen to be driving or doing anything, where you can't step into this at the moment, don't worry. You can come back and watch this on the replay. But let's do a meditation together. I got to take a drink of water real quick. Okay, let's see where this meditation takes us. So it's just going to be quiet. And I want you to find some place where you can sit down comfortably. It'd be really great if you could close your eyes. You don't have to lie down. It's not going to take more than a moment or two. With Reiki, we always focus on our breath. We have such a bad habit of breathing shallowly. And when we work with Reiki meditation, it's about breathing in. And in a focused way, focus on your breathing. That allows that little monkey chatter in the back of your mind to quiet. Focus on your breath. Let it be natural, but be consciously aware that you're breathing. And now I want you to imagine that above the very top of your head is a beautiful beam of light. And on the in-breath, I want you to breathe in that beam of light and let it be a color, any color you want, whatever color you want that light to be. Just breathe it in, let it bathe your entire body. Pull it inside. Let it flow down through your head, through your shoulders. Let it flow into your arms and down your fingertips. Breathe in a little further to your heart. Kind of fill your heart with that feeling of love. It's a beautiful, positive, wonderful light. Breathe in the color. Let it flow down through your torso. Let it flow down through your legs to your toes. And now I want you to imagine that light, that beautiful, loving light. Let it fill every part of your body, every organ, every cell, your heart, your brain, your eyes, your fingernails. Let it fill everything. Imagine it is healing you. It is a beautiful healing light, letting you heal from the inside out. And now, I'd like you to focus on exhaling. So as you breathe in that light, it fills your body with that beautiful color. On the exhale, let it expand outside your body. With each exhale, create a beautiful, loving aura. Let it surround you. It's a beautiful aura of love, of color, of peace, of beauty. It is amazing. Let it make you feel amazing. Let it expand even further. Let it glow, let it flow, let it extend so far out from you that nothing can touch you. You are a beacon. You are a beautiful beacon of light. Just rest here in this space. And what I'd like you to do, I invite you just to begin to refocus on your body. That light does not ever have to go away. I want that light to shine around you all day long. Every animal, every person, every living thing that you encounter today will be touched by your light. And more than just that, it will reflect back to you. And as you heal, they heal. And as they heal, you heal. And now bring your focus and your attention fully back to your body, knowing that you have created the most amazing space. Let it be with you all day long. Take care. I love you so much, and may the animals light your way.